to do me. This morning, we are going to do newspaper reviews, just you and I. You can join us live on YouTube on High Voltage News. Please like, subscribe, and share. And you can also call live into the studio to be a part of the conversation, okay? You have to call our numbers, send us a text message or a WhatsApp message. I'm saying this because I met with a few friends from the Nigerian radio authorities who might be listening in. So, hi, good morning, and welcome to the program. All right, you can call 0706 048 5853. You can also call 0915 570 8347. All right, this morning we are expecting the federal government, that is President Bola Tinubu, to present the 2025 fiscal budget to the Senate today. And Nigerians are full of expectations. So we are keeping our fingers crossed to hear what's going to happen as today unfolds. All right, expectations. We want to know where the priorities for 2025 is. One of my callers, one of my favorite analysts and callers who calls the program, Mr. Okechukwu, yesterday mentioned that this year, I may have started with saying that the year was one of the most difficult years for Nigerians, considering all of the adjustments that we've had to make within this short period of time, that is in the last 12 months, because December is almost finished. And these adjustments are very trifling. If you go out in the streets, it doesn't look like it's 18th of December. It looks like we're just about starting. People are looking hopeful. People are trying to sound as hopeful as they can. People are trying to hype themselves up as much as possible, but you cannot deny the truth about what is really happening to us as a people. There is a deterioration, whether you believe it or not, whether your faith allows it or not, but it is the truth. Now, we don't know what 2025 is about, and we don't know what plans they have. We remember that at the beginning of this administration, they gave us J-bombs that turned lives upside down from the look of things. Who knows what's in the budget for next year? We hope that the president, in his future plans for Nigerians, has made space for our country to at least be able to feed itself and be able to move on its own feet. That is in terms of transportation and its relation to oil and gas in Nigeria. I am hoping that this budget will include you and I. And on that note, let's move straight to the newspapers this morning and see what's really going on today. All right, let's move over to the Daily Post. First story is insecurity. Nigerians have paid 2.2 trillion naira as ransom in the year 2024. Yeah, we are doing well. Congratulations, everyone. All right. Ibom Power sacked MD, crossed red line. Governor Eno breaks silence. A bit of political squabble happening in Akwa Ibom State. Governor Umo Eno in the news this morning. Moving forward, Governor Adeleke directs review of death sentence on teenager for stealing chicken. I approve of this one. Yeah, somebody look into that. You set a man who had embezzled 111 billion, and in court it turned out it was reduced to 80 billion, and then you gave him bail for 50 million. You've let more criminals go this year than I can remember. I think a review of a death sentence for a teenage boy for stealing chicken in Nigeria in 2024 is enough for review, serious review. All right, moving forward, let's see if there are more important things that we can grab here. FCT recorded drop in kidnapping and other crimes in 2024. Don't forget that the first story that I read you said that in 2024, Nigerians paid 2.2 trillion naira as ransom in 1 year. Abuja FCT recorded drop in kidnappings and other crimes in 2024. All right, let's move forward. Suspension of Edo local government chairman is an nullity, says PDP. All right, PDP, PDP, and still fighting for Edo State, but it is quite clear that they have to play because there's a new sheriff in town. Let's move over to the Vanguard News this morning. I guess it's time for the PDP in Edo State to move on. The APC is officially in charge of Edo State. All of these disagreements not helping so much. It's not helping because it's already what it is. You should have thought these things through. You know, you have been in focus as it relates to your activities as an opposition party in Nigeria. Your covenant with Atiku and other squabbles that you are having internally, which includes Governor Wike and, of course, his situation with the governor of Rivers State, Sim Fubara. There's a lot of issues that the PDP needs to sit and sort out. You know, you people need to do some work. That is, if you still consider yourself as a strong opposition embodiment in this country. That is, if you still believe yourselves to be that, because you are dancing a tune that already is looking weird and unserious for 2027. We're hearing Atiku, there's the agenda, it's running, all over the place. I hope that, that is not what you're trying to run with, because hello, haven't you learned anything over the years? And then there are the faction that are hoping that someone like Peter Obi and Atiku and Kwankwaso and, of course, a bunch of the rest of them can go out in the corner, including them El-Rufai and all of these guys that want to get on in the business. Can they go and form like some other party? They should do that. Perhaps. I mean, we've seen what's going on with the Labour Party. The subdivisions of Labour Party, there are too many. We don't know who says what. And of course, you will understand why someone like Peter Obi's spokesperson at the time, Kenneth Okonkwo, had to remove himself. You wouldn't blame him. Although he hasn't announced a new party yet, but we're still hoping that some sort of opposition rises up to challenge this government and ask it certain questions and hold it to certain accountability. We need that. Competition is good. I mean, APC was once an opposition party and a very successful one at that, considering how far they have come in government in such little a time. Well, we're ready with the Vanguard this morning. Let's tell you that speaking on bread, it's still in the news this morning. Nigerians risk cancer with the new increase in the use of bromate. It is important that all of us, we must look out for our health. In as much as we're trying to manage ourselves, we're trying to reduce our cost of living and trying to manage things to the best of our abilities. It doesn't mean that we in turn try to poison ourselves. We must be careful. We must look out. We must try options. We have become good at this stuff. We must continue to persevere. We must hang in there. We must not eat things that will poison us just so we can say that we had those things. We must not eat bread if it means that we have to eat the ones that contain these bromate. Perhaps we should eat when we can afford to, and perhaps try some other alternative when we have to eat bread. All right, let's move forward. Yuletide security agents make highway hell for us, says travelers. This is not what the security agencies said a few days ago. At least in Enugu here, the security agency, just yesterday, I read that in the news. The Enugu State Police Command yesterday told travelers that it is road-free, it's trouble-free. Everything is beautiful, and that we are ready for a beautiful festive season. Travelers perhaps have a different opinion, because we've heard this report from all other police commands in preparation for the Christmas. You have all assured us of peaceful travel this Christmas, but the report and the feedback from the people that you have been asked to protect on the road is saying that it is hell to get around. The people who are flying into the country are all avoiding the Lagos airport because, according to them, the taxing there is unbelievable. They are making a drop by in Abuja and then finding their way from Abuja. We must all be accountable to the things that are happening in our country. We must all tell ourselves the truth. Everybody must play their part to make sure that we have a peaceful Christmas. In as much as we are hungry, the transportation fare is unbelievably high. The extortion on the road is unbelievable as well, because you are watching respectable men and women that are supposed to be exemplary people for this country behave as though they were charlatans and radicals. It's a sight when you see it. Every time you see it, something inside of you breaks, because you know deep inside that there is something very terribly wrong with that behavior. It is never right. It will never be right. And there is no way the people in authority will have respect for an agency that behaves in that manner, that is so helplessly desperate and would do anything. And that's why they abuse you people. They take what belongs to you. They don't treat you right. So you resort to abusing your fellow Nigerians, people you have sworn oaths of protections to. It is unfair how all of us are carrying on in this country. You can join me on these reviews this morning. Call the phone lines. We're officially open 0706 048 5853. Also call 0915 570 8347. You can join us on YouTube as well. Just go to High Voltage News, like, subscribe, and share, and you'll be doing us a big one. Send us a text message or a WhatsApp message to be a part of this program. Good morning.
Morning.
Greetings to you.
This is Barrister Amaka calling from Enugu. Amaka calling from Enugu.
You're welcome, Barrister.
Thank you. I was baffled when I saw the statistics this morning. The some ransom paid by Nigerians, and the number of them that have been arrested, that have been taken hostage. This is alarming. I if not checked, Nigeria would descend like Haiti. Tell me, if not oil, what are other Nigerian source of income that can raise this kind of money? And that will tell us that the kidnapping business has become a very multinational. And in this case, Nigerians are not safe. Sure, Nigerians are not safe. No matter however you look at it, Nigerians are not safe. That's number one. Number two, the oppositions. I think it appears that they're not getting their ass together. We know that the ruling party will always try to plant some fifth columnists in them, so that they can get them properly destabilized.
Of course.
So they can have their way.
Of course.
These are political strategists. We know these people. If you see them talking, the way they talk, the way they reason, their ideology, you now know that they are really not coming for leadership, rather they came for amassing of wealth. Then the people who are the campaign from one party to another, we look at them as political job seekers and not a political party, because political party must have an ideology. Now, why would somebody, for instance, like Labour candidates that were elected, Nigerians were looking for an alternative, and they felt Labour has provided a platform for them to vent their anger. Those who were elected on that Labour party, you see them defecting back to APC.
Oh yes.
Is it to get assurance of a second tenure or what?
Yes, apparently.
That will tell you that they don't emerge through their party as an political ideology, rather political job seekers. They want to protect their job, and that's why they are defecting from the party where they were elected to another party, a ruling party. They believe they have the state machinery that will bring them back to their office. Now, all these things will tell you, and that's why our democracy, dango. That's why we don't have a strong, stable rule of law, because they try to bend it at any given time. It will hit them. They try to bend it so that it can favor them, and thereby creating this anarchy we're having in our society. And that's why the ruling party they are going further to make sure they capture the judiciary, which they have done by either omission or commission. All these things is to make sure that they are in that position, enjoy themselves, because they didn't come to serve us. They just came there to enrich themselves. If they actually are there to serve us, one, they will lead us by example. They will strengthen our laws. They will respect the orders of our courts, which the whole society should align themselves with. They say the law is social engineering, but you see what is happening here. They try to bend it and twist it so that it can suit them at all given time. And this is not good for our people. And that's why our economy continues to crumble, because they didn't come to rebuild it and make it stronger. Good 18, I learned this morning that the prohibition of using dollar in every transaction in Nigeria has passed a first reading.
We have the problem I have with these things. This is not the first time this law has gone out.
Exactly.
Every time they do this, they tell us one thing is in place, and tomorrow we hear, oh, we have been paying with dollars since. It's unbelievable. The president announced a free transportation from the 20th of this month until the 5th of January. Now today is 18th.
Believe you me, that thing, just watch.
Exactly what I'm saying.
One trip of train. Trust this government now.
Exactly what I'm trying to say.
Yes, they're experts in manipulating public opinion. They will just use one or two train trips, and they will showcase it on our television and media houses. And that is the end of the story. If you go there, they ask you to pay your money. Hey, we are watching. Let's see how it goes. Like a Southeast here, where is the train coming to Southeast? We don't have it again here. Some years back, during the time of Buhari, we have been shouting that they should connect the Southeast train line. They didn't do that. Now, if the train is coming, will the train fly? Can't fly. You know, the track is no longer there to come to Southeast. You can imagine that, which means we are not part of the people that will benefit from such gesture.
Yes, apparently.
So it's about the leadership misgiving. They are not actually doing what the oath of office they took. They are not reflecting to that. They are deceiving us. This government are good in saying one thing and doing another thing. I don't believe that thing, whether it will work. I'm not seeing them doing it. I rather charge the states, like Enugu State, to send vehicles to different locations of the country that can bring their citizens back. And let us not hope on what this abracadabra system of APC. They won't do anything. We know them as manipulators. Thank you.
Thank you, Barrister, for calling the program this morning. You can also drop your comments and contributions with us this morning on the show. Okay, we're doing reviews. Remember to watch your language, keep it simple, civil, and clean so that we don't break any rules while we're trying to make sense of it. I'm wondering, so if the interest of people going into office is not to perform for the people, if they are not going in there with the interest of the people at heart, why do they bother us with these elections? That is a question that needs answers. Most people have argued that our votes do count. Most people have argued that, but not every time. It's contradicting. You say our votes count 1 minute, the next minute someone steals our votes. Nigerians make a pick and someone says, nope, it's my turn. It doesn't matter what you pick. We've seen this interpretation in too many elections in this country. Does our votes really count? With the behavior of the INEC in all of the elections that we have experienced in this country, our votes, do they really count? Is the reason for going into office pure selfish interest? I can understand. I mean, it is quite a lucrative affair. Done the way it is done here, super lucrative. I see why you're selling these forms for so many millions of nairas. Because I mean, what an industrious way. You get the power, you get the money. It's just a gift that keeps giving. I get the appeal of it. But I mean, isn't it a win-win situation if you get all of these things and you're still able, because now you have the power to effect change? Can't it be a win-win situation? You take what you need to take and you give us what we need to get. Couldn't we all win in that way? Must you also apply mental suppression? Must you also apply a little bit of wickedness to it? Does that make it feel good? Because I'm thinking that going by the way you people are running around resources here, y'all could get what you need and we could get what we need. Nobody needs to stand in anybody's way. But there seems to be a need for the Nigerian people to be at some sort of suffrage. Does that feel good? Because I don't think this is confusion. I don't buy the idea that you people are confused as to what to do to fix this place. I don't think that's the problem. Because it will be an indictment to all the smart people in this country, because this country does have intelligent people, powerful people who are thinking, who their minds are in the right place. They know what to do. They have it. So I don't think that's the problem. I think somebody's playing something. This is me trying to make sense of it, because what do you mean that at a time like this, without anybody implementing minimum wage and nobody answering to anybody for not doing that, and the price of goods and commodities and food in this country are going at this price, and everybody is walking around like everything is okay. This insecurity has taken food from our mouths, have taken people, natural resources from us. You say they are taking over our power stations, they've taken over our farms, they've taken over everything. You keep quiet. You don't run emergency meetings until somebody says we want to do a tax reform. Now everybody's jittering and foaming on the mouth. But your citizens cannot go to their farmlands. The food that you eat. There is no food in the country. We are not slowly, we're doing a deep dive into famine. That to a point of no return. Nobody knows what the future is. People can't go to the farmlands. These people are burning communities and razing farms to the ground. Everybody is running around. We had governors in this country admit to us, they put it on the news, that they were paying ransom to terrorists in their state for them to release kidnapped victims. Are you people sure that this is still a federation? Are you people still sure? Because the stories that are coming out of this place very shamelessly is enough to be worried about. You are throwing out these very shameless things. You are saying them. I'm wondering why you're saying them. Then the moment someone tries to point your attention, because you are the ones who say you pay terrorists, you're the ones who say these terrorists are everywhere, you give them as excuse as to why you can't perform or do certain things. They are the reason why the national grid had fallen for the 13th time in 1 year. You give all sorts of all manner of excuses, and the moment Davido says, because of these reasons that you give, we cannot have investors come here because it's bad for business. Oh, they are demarketing the country. I don't understand it. How do you switch? How do you do that? You are the one who is churning these informations out to the media. We are not the ones saying this. You are the ones saying that the Lukarawas only had 32 members from the Senate. From the Senate House of Assembly, you released a statement that I read. Out in the open. You told Nigerians in the inception of this Lukarawas business, you told Nigerians that everybody should relax. Is that damage control? You think that is damage control? You told Nigerians to relax when they had taken over 9 military bases in Niger State, the largest in this country. They took it over. You told us in the news. I didn't know that. I don't have the intelligence. How would I know that? You put it in the news. We read it. We saw it. They said they'd run 5 communities out of their environment in Niger State. I read it. You put it out there. You are doing these things. You're putting it here. And when someone makes sense of it, you lock them up. Dele Faratimi reiterates that everything in his book, the expose on the criminal justice of Nigeria, he says everything in that book is true. So you're putting the information out here every day. We're reading them. They're coming out in numbers. You put them here. We see them. And then you come out and you say, there are only 32 members in the Lukarawas. No cause for alarm. And every day we are seeing all of their activities. They come out on social media. They galvanize for people to join them. They are offering incentives for people to join them. These things happened here not very long ago. Before you lie and say, we are coming up with stories and we are conjuring things. Nope. There are records. Before you ask us to verify. These are life stories. Somebody up. Somebody gets into trouble. How are we the problem? If you did the job and fixed the problem, why would you need to put me in jail? You wouldn't need to. That's the problem that we're having. We must all tell ourselves the truth. Good morning.
Yes, I called back. Chukwamaka, please can your producer invite some of these officials and let's interact with them and ask them some questions, because it appears that they don't know whether they are underrating Nigerians, or don't they understand that Nigerians are keeping record of what is happening and what they're saying. Okay, look at that Niger State and look at the closeness of Niger State and the federal capital. And look at that Niger State, the importance of the location of Niger State on Nigerian road with travelers. So you discover that, you see, if not a ploy, possibly to prepare for 2027 or to get ready, possibly for another type of calamity waiting to fall on Nigerians in due time. Otherwise, why would they allow such groups to take over such large expanse of territory within a state very close to state capital? Is it not a threat to the existence of Nigeria?
I don't know. It was said, and then the Senate put back a defense that, they were a small group of people who were no cause for
Of course,
alarm.
they can always say that.
Yeah.
Now, have you seen a senator going or House of Representatives? You see the amount of security personnel that guide them. They are free from that. We were left to attend to Israel.
Mm.
Okay, look at those farmers that have been taken hostage, and those who were released were asked, before you can harvest your product, you pay them ransom, pay them taxes. Then how then do you think that the cost of food will not keep rising? It appears we are not serious. I'm just telling you, we're not serious. This is not leadership. I see them as slave traders. They don't care about it. No nation survive with this kind of trend. No nation on earth. This is Nigeria is just proceeding to a very dangerous state.
Mm.
Tell me why these people should watch Nigerians suffer to this extent. And if you want to challenge them, they say you have committed cyber crime act. We have done this, we have done that. Okay, look at the issue of
Farotimi.
Rotimi now.
Farotimi.
When the Federal High Court has granted him bail, and the Magistrate Court continue to hold him, is it far from what he said in that his book? Is it not what is playing out now? Is that not an indictment on the side of judiciary and government? Even though they say he tried to defame Alpha Babalola, I bet you, if they release that man and he comes to aid to release his information, all these stories, all this rhetoric will change. They know why they don't want to grant him that bail, because of course, if you grant him bail, you go and prepare for his defense. A lot of information, he must have gathered that is a very serious information before he put it on writing. He's a radical one, a very sound one for that matter. He knows the implication of what he did, and I'm sure he's ready to defend himself. So why are they running this country this way? Because they have gotten all what they want. They have all our security men protecting them with their families. And Nigerians are being made to be kidnapped on daily basis on the roads and make the family pay ransom. They don't feel it. Okay, if you go to the north, you see a whole village, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 village being taken hostage. And government appear to be not bothered about that. These are human beings. It's only when you are affected or your relations happens to be among those kidnapped. That's the only time you can understand how painful this thing has been. Until it is affected, until you are affected, or you sell your property, raise money to go and pay for ransom to get release of your relation. That's the only time you can feel and know how people are, how bad and how painful it has been to people. So I believe if you can call them to the studio or put them online, let's ask them questions. Let them, because nobody takes the responsibility of any action. Nobody is fired. Nobody, just everything goes.
No problem. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. We usually have analysts come in and do a bit of analysis. Officials can be media shy, especially now. I don't know why it's difficult to get a hold of them. Everybody's kind of dodging accountability. I remember in the good old days when certain information got out in the public and we had officials who wanted to come into the studio and clarify the air. But now it seems like we're pursuing them, like we're trying to date them or something. Anyways, you can still join the conversation this morning, 0706-048-5853. You can also call 0915-570-8347 to be a part of the analysis this morning. You can also join us live on YouTube at High Voltage News. Please like, subscribe, and share. Let's see if we can grab a few more things on the headlines this morning. We got your calls coming in. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this is Frank coming from.
You're welcome, Frank.
Honestly, I've been listening to a lot of things you're pointing out.
Mm.
Many of these things, I mean, from year to year, they have been declaring different things that they are about putting in place.
Mm-hmm.
But to put it work is just a problem. Okay, this is not the first time police have seen they will no longer be searching people's bags and phones and all that.
Mm-hmm.
The officers on the way, are they aware of it? Even if they are aware of it, they keep doing it. And nobody is being questioned.
Mm.
Nobody is being, paying the price of disobeying any of this order.
True.
Nigerians are so comfortable with everything. They are taking everything just as though it's normal thing. And that's why a president can just come up and make any statement, and then everybody just going about doing their business as if it's not affecting them. Prices of things are getting high by day, and nothing is being done. Nobody is being held responsible for their actions.
Mm.
So until Nigerians can stand up and fight these people, these politicians, because how many are they? You look at the country with so many people with high brain, like they know what they are doing, but
That's
nobody's
right.
saying anything. Look at the lawyers, look at the doctors, everybody just
Mm-hmm.
acts as
Mm-hmm.
if they are all out. This is very, very wrong. And we are just taking it every day, claiming as if everything is okay with us. This is just the problem. Until we Nigerians can stand up and fight these people and tell them enough is enough, nothing will change. They will keep doing the way they are doing. They will keep treating us the way because they know how we feel. They know that once things are going the way it shouldn't go, they will come up with one promise, one nonsense promise that will not even work. Until we learn to stand up and fight these people, nothing will change. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Frank. Very well delivered. I liked your analysis. Thank you very much for calling the program this morning. The phone lines are open. Please send us a text message or a WhatsApp message just in case you cannot speak where you are at the moment. We want to hear your thoughts. All right, on all of these. We want to get feedback and know what to report back. All right, insecurity at Babio. Aningi tangos over government security vote. You see where they tango? They tango for security votes. They don't tango for the security itself. You would think that that would be enough reason for them to tango, but they only tango when it comes to do with money. I remember when the central government wanted to do some renovations as soon as they had gotten into government. Nigeria wasn't broke. You know, the yard, the renovation of the vice president's residence, all of those private jet business, none of that, nobody put into consideration that we were poor and we were so heavily indebted to these other countries, and that we were paying subsidies and we were out of money. We did all of these renovations and lifestyle upgrade. We had to do them because these were presidential needs that needed to happen. But I guess you feeding your children is not enough emergency for everybody to rally around and do something quickly. Anyways, bill on prohibition of foreign currency use in Nigeria scales first reading in Senate. We also hope that the bill for stopping them from going to foreign countries to get medical treatment will also pass the first reading as well. The bill that will stop them from having their children and wards school abroad in the best schools in the best conditions ever. We are hoping that that particular bill too would scale its first reading. All right, moving forward, let's see if there are more important things to grab on the Vanguard News. All right, FG's electricity subsidies rise to 2.76%, and that translates to 199.64 billion naira in December, says NAC. All right, Those numbers of money just kind of make you dizzy, but that's it. Foreign portfolio investment in stock market rises 180.9%. Sometimes when they churn out these numbers and you try to do the math, I don't know math that much, but I listen to a few people who know it, and I try to find out what's what. And when you try to add these math up, they don't come together. They don't come together. Anyways, I think that's as much as we can take from the Vanguard. This is just to put you through on everything so that you will have a general idea of what happened today so that you can manage your day accordingly. Try not to think to the other side. Don't get down because of it. It's to tick you up and keep you on top of your game so that you know not to play. All right? They say if you play, you're going to learn a lesson. All right? Those are not my words. All right, moving forward, hardship. Federal government and opposition clash over Tinubu's economic reforms. Which of the oppositions? That's the conversation we've been trying to have since this week, since Monday. We've been talking about opposition. Which one? And which one of them has enough dignity, respect, and what it takes to perform in the capacity of opposition to a ruling party? This is not a joke. We need people who are serious, people who mean business, not with what you people have going on at the PDP with the Labour Party. Who else? Who else is playing on the national field? So we don't see you people acting like you mean this thing. You're not acting like you mean business. You have all these internal squabbles. You can't agree. You can't come together. You can't have a consensus. How do you intend to win if you cannot even be unified in your own home? Moving forward, northern governors deploy vigilantes as Northwest tops 2.2 trillion naira in ransom. You see what I mean? See what I mean? All right, moving forward, crashed helicopter flying. NNPC officials violated regulations, says federal government. You can find out details of any of the stories on all of your favorite news channels, all right, or news outlets. You can also get details on all of this information on High Voltage News on YouTube. All right, we have videos, breaking news, updating old stories for you as well. Okay, 97% of our workers have been paid November salary. Kwara State replies NLC. Now, I like this move by the Nigerian Labour Congress. Please go after these governors and make sure that they begin to pay civil servants the agreed meager 70,000 naira that does nothing, but we will be glad if you paid it because it would help. All right? Stop playing. Stop playing. Everybody get to work. Governors, please get to paying. Get to paying. It's 70,000 naira. Please pay it. You will be saving all of us a whole lot of trouble. If you paid it, civil servants have a way of making money get around in a city, in a society. Because when they get paid, they do bulk buying. You people must think with your brains. You people are acting. It's annoying what you people are doing. Act up. Help us. Act like you're interested. Let's get this ball rolling. Move on. Pay. Let these people go to the market. Look at them. It's 18th of Christmas and civil servants haven't started shopping, though I know we have a few days more before the shopping starts. But you can tell there is a depression. They are not as eager as they used to because now they have to save for school fees for next month. It's just next month. It's January. And on good days, January is approximately 2 months in one. But with what we have now, with the price of gas going for 1.5 and food unbelievably expensive to eat in this country. Bread is going for 1,600. You can't make this up. And this is going price before the season price. So we've not even gotten to the hard part yet. It's not nice. It's not okay. So I kudos to the NLC. If you mean business and you are really out to go out to these governors and make sure that they adhere to promises they made as far back as May 2024. This is not how to behave. This is not how to act. You must fulfill your promises to the people. You people swear oaths, for goodness sakes. I don't blame the people who think perhaps we should inculcate the traditional forces that probably act a lot more swifter than the forgiving Western gods. I don't know. But you must have some sympathy on your people. This is not bad governance anymore. This is bordering on something else. We don't know what this is. Bad governance is where people are doing things that they don't understand or making mistakes. These are not mistakes. This is something else entirely. We don't know what this is. Somebody should take responsibility and hold other people to responsibility. There must be accountability in your dealings with the people. This is not how to grow a nation. This is not how to move a people forward. What is the hope? What future do you people see for this place? If you loved this country, if your reason for vying for these offices is really to effect change and improve the lives of your people, then your actions would prove it. Because the good books said that by their fruits you shall know them. So if what you people are bringing forth is this thing that we are seeing is corruption, is unbelievable misbehavior of everything. There's nothing that's functional. There is rottenness in everything that we are doing. If that is what we are germinating, if this is what we are creating, then something must be very faulty with our foundation. Something must be wrong with our roots. So while you go around doing your business today, I want you to ponder on the things that we are doing or how we may have gone wrong. What is this that is making all of our works to bring forth this thing that we're seeing that is not what we want? It's not where we want to be. It's not where we want to go. Everybody should behave themselves and take note. And I would leave you on that note this morning. My name is Mavis Atudume. Join me tomorrow morning on High Voltage, 9 a.m. till 10. Have a good morning.